Welcome to WEWIN News. A Swedish amusement park, Oceana Waterworld, was engulfed in a terrifying inferno after a new water park attraction exploded on February 12, 2024. What happened, why it happened, and how a similar incident can be avoided in the future. The water park, which was due to open later 2024, was part of an expansion of Liseberg Amusement Park. The fire originated during an electrofusion welding operation on plastic pipes beneath a water slide. Firefighters, at a loss as to how the blaze was triggered, reporting they could not bring the flames under control.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ja, det är ryskbanor, alla ryskbanor.
Ognisko już jest?
Na tamtej budowie tak samo stoją tam.
Investigations revealed that improper assembly led to overheating and ignition of the pipes, causing the fire to spread rapidly throughout the facility.
Hela skiten exploderade.
Large parts of the tube water slides were wrecked, including one with a drop of 13 meters. What makes this incident even more concerning is that a similar fire had occurred earlier during the same type of welding work, but it had self-extinguished and was not properly reported or investigated.
Jävlar!
Helvete!
Despite the devastation, Liseberg has vowed to rebuild. The main contractor, NCC, announced a revised plan to reconstruct Oceana. Get ready to see how this park will rise from the ashes by 2026. Watch what happens when a trike is flown into power lines. Thankfully, he is all right. A huge explosion was reported at a cafe in a multi-storey building in Bangalore, India. An explosion was caused by a low-intensity improvised explosive device. The frightening scene unfolded on April 26 as the speedboat was trying to break a record on Lake Havasu. Both racers survived the crash. At this speed, the driver can apply gears suddenly to stop the vehicle instead of crashing the store. On December 29, 2012, Wings Airlines Flight 9268 tragically crashed while attempting to land at Vnukovo International Airport in Moscow, Russia. Nation before use. Inspect the gas cylinder and connections for leaks using a soapy water solution. CCTV footage showed what caused the crash in Orania, South Africa, on April 20, 2025. A bus in India, speeding through a residential area, lost control and crashed into the gate of a house, but fortunately, no vehicle was involved. This happened on the new Bangalore-Mysore Expressway, India, when a driver made a sudden lane change, leading to a collision. Hopefully he spent some time reflecting behind bars. Poor innocent driver. An out-of-control truck crashed into the front of a fishing company in Guanahani, the Bahamas, overturning its entire cargo. On December 20, 2024, a crash between a pickup truck and a large mobile crane occurred at the intersection of US 10 and US 169. Even at slow speeds, maintain a safe gap to avoid bumper-to-bumper accidents. A train struck a tractor-trailer that was stuck on the crossing at Little Mill Road in Beaufort, Georgia. A Norfolk Southern train was unable to stop in time and traveled through the truck's trailer, spreading debris along the tracks. Dashcam video captured a crash between a grain truck and a freight train near Sleepy Eye, Minnesota on April 4, 2025. In Wingate, North Carolina, a train collided with a Hub Group container truck that was positioned on the tracks, bringing traffic in the area to a standstill. In Brazil, an MRS freight train struck a pickup truck that was attempting to cross the railway tracks. Fortunately, everyone is safe. A train in Beaufort collided with a tractor-trailer that was sitting on the tracks in 2021. No one was hurt. I came here expecting yelling and horn honking. Not this.
Yo, the bitch just shit on her car!
Instant justice like that is why I always keep my seatbelt on and my ego in check. Constantly scan the road ahead. Don't take your eyes off the road for even 1 second. Luckily, no innocent vehicles were caught up in this mess.
Oh my God! Oh! Oh my God! Bram!
A boat in North Miami Beach crashed into another boat, launched into the air and flipped over. It happened in North Miami Beach's Eastern Shores community. The robot has a programming error and appears to be trying to hit its owner. And the wind closes the deal before you do. Brutal hailstorm in La Plata, Argentina on February 22, 2019. "20 hikers were rescued from this area during these rains. It's so very dangerous in Utah canyons when it rains." On January 1st, 2024, an earthquake occurred along an active fault across the Noto Peninsula, Japan.
あっち側から見たらちょっと分からんねんけど、あと火事だけなければ。石川県能登町松波です。助けに来てください。
A leaking roof in Tesco during a rather ferocious thunderstorm. Unbelievable footage from the 2024 Motorfest event in Coventry, England. Footage of a 5.1 earthquake violently rocking Los Angeles with an epicenter in Thousand Oaks. A subway train ran over a bike in New York. Luckily, nobody got injured, according to police report and media. Keep your eyes on the road. Tesla Model 3 exploded twice on the highway. Bulgaria roads can be dangerous, but these guys definitely got a second chance at life.
Ja.
These homes are near Carbon Mesa, California. Gone now. The wind is insane. Wow, it nearly missed him by inches. One of the cleanest recordings of a meteor ever filmed in Portugal.
Что это? А что это? Блин, а что это было?
If there were any engineers involved in this project, they sure weren't professional engineers. That cyclist is so lucky. You have to keep tension on the wire at all times and minimize any uncontrolled momentum of the object. Oh wow! Both are skilled drivers. Some ignorant people have to learn the hard way. Well, last day working. High winds blew the roof off of Manalani Heights home. That should be considered a crime against car lovers. That's what railway crossing barriers are meant to prevent. Simple. never standing in the middle of a highway next to your stalled-out vehicle. A 187-year-old British era bridge, built in 1833, this bridge was demolished with controlled explosives.
What the fuck was that? Fuck me, mate. What the fuck was that? What?
This is a classic case of it could have been so much worse. Extremely dangerous flash floods flow in Chamerson, Switzerland on August 7, 2018. The demolition of a building in Turkey did not go according to plan. The 12-story building fell onto neighboring houses. The blast took place at Shahid Rajaei, Iran's largest commercial port, blew out windows and roofs of nearby buildings and destroyed cars. The impact of the blast up to 31 miles away An iPhone suddenly exploded inside a Vietnamese hair salon, sending sparks and smoke into the air, startling both the customers and staff. On August the 12th, 2021, the fire flared up violently with many explosions, accompanied by sparks at a gas shop. The fire also set fire to the signs of neighboring hotels, as well as a motorbike parked on the street. An electric car that was parked inside a residential garage suddenly exploded with a deafening bang, startling the entire neighborhood, but fortunately no one was injured. Citizens of Tajikistan living in the village bordering Kyrgyzstan caught on camera the moment a gas station in Kyrgyzstan exploded. This happened in a China chemical factory, and then the boilers of other surrounding factories were affected and exploded again. The food truck blew up near the corner of Summit and Camden, England. Be safe, everyone.
Someone here is going to transform. That's obviously not true.
On June 21st, 2023, a fire and explosion broke out in a rented room, caused by a backup battery charger, but thankfully no one was inside the room at the time. When working around cranes, stay alert, as even a small mistake can lead to a dangerously close call like that. On April 26, 2025, speedboat flips in Lake Havasu as racers attempt to break the speed record. Somehow, both racers walked away from it all, lucky to be alive. This negligence is not an accident, but a crime. Explosions took place in this India factory thrice. Even the license was suspended. This is still happen. A very close call with a lightning strike. On April 24, 2023, in Paraná, Brazil, two trucks narrowly avoided a catastrophic collision on wet roads. On April 21, 2014, driving along Volkovskaya Highway, the Lada pressed the gas pedal too hard, which caused it to skid, knocking down the guardrail. A train crashed into a taxi that had become stuck on the railway tracks, leaving little time for the driver to react. He got out of the car and watched helplessly as it was damaged. In Nowa Sucha, Poland, a truck driver deliberately ignored the traffic lights and falling barriers at a railroad crossing. He got out of the car without taking responsibility for the passengers of the oncoming train. Fortunately, no passengers were injured after a commuter train with the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority smashed into a tractor-trailer truck that had stopped on the railroad tracks. A powerful train barreled down the tracks and crashed into a flipped trailer lying across the railway, tearing through the wreckage. The driver got out safely. A woman was able to get out of her vehicle with help from a Good Samaritan before her vehicle was struck by a train in Springville, Utah. A train derails at Southwest 34th and South, Eastern in Moore, Oklahoma, August 18, 2023. A speeding train collided with a truck that was stuck on the tracks, smashing through the vehicle. Remarkably, despite the intensity of the impact, the driver is all right.
Come by, we'd run to the train tracks and, oh look, you come to the second one, you dumbass. Do you not see that one?
Remember, these Amtrak trains were not going slow either. It could have been a bad train incident. Prioritize your well-being by wearing the appropriate protective gear, staying aware of your surroundings, and following all safety protocols. A rear-end crash occurred on the Chugoku Expressway, Japan, when a minivan traveling at excessive speed was unable to stop in time. Luckily, it was a tanker. If it had been a car, I'm not sure if it would have been crushed. In Taiwan, a truck collided with 22 vehicles in a row and continued to drive for more than 300 meters before stopping due to brake failure. A truck suddenly made a sharp turn, forcing the car behind it to swerve abruptly on the slippery road, narrowly avoiding a rear-exam crash. On June 3, 2014, a head-on collision happened between two cars in St. Petersburg, Russia. Who is wrong here? Let me know your opinion in the comment below. In Iowa, a reckless driver abruptly cut off a tractor-trailer on the highway, losing control almost immediately and crashing hard into the wall. The driver of the dump truck, changing to the right lane, did not notice the Daewoo car moving there, and having collided with it, pushed it into the left lane. An explosion at a gas station happened in Russia's southern region of Chechnya. The explosion of a gas tank triggered a fire at the service station in the regional capital. A massive explosion and fire rocked a port in southern Iran, purportedly linked to a shipment of a chemical ingredient used to make missile propellant. A shocking moment occurred in Zigzag, India, as a gas cylinder experienced a leak and subsequently exploded. The bus unexpectedly burst into flames, causing its passengers to flee in panic on August 16, 2023, in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The cause of the fire was an electrical mechanical problem. An electric car suddenly caught fire while it was being charged, raising concerns about battery safety, charging equipment standards, and proper fire prevention measures. With massive blows off the roofs of houses and buildings in Nazarovo, Russia. Always use proper procedures, tools, and personal protective equipment as required. It happened on June 29, 2014, on the highway Ussurisk, Russia. The car fell on its roof in shallow water. A house in India, destroyed by an external fuel tank accidentally dropped by the Indian Air Force. A bus parked on a roadside caught on fire after a burning gas cylinder rolled underneath in China. A man managed to pull the gas cylinder away with a hook, and people ran up to put out the fire on the bus with extinguishers. Be careful, not just for you, but for everyone around you. The derailment happened on Senoia and Tyrone Road, which caused the rail line on Tyrone Road to close. The derailment caused the 6 rail cars to derail, some rail cars to topple on their side, and one landed in a tree.
You're the coolest guy in the parking lot, and then this guy shows up.
A Dollar General truck stopped on the tracks, and it was hit by a coming train in Tangipahoa Parish, Louisiana.
You saw that.
In Tennessee, a Norfolk Southern train collided with a car that was either stalled, resulting in a powerful impact that left the vehicle damaged. Watch this Turkish Air Force F-4 Phantom saves itself from hitting the ground. Check and remove ice from the roof of your vehicle. Drive smart. Drive safe. A clean roof is a safer ride.
儿子，这种才是成功啊！那买了一个车啊，才有女朋友啊，就没有那。
That cow's got more horsepower than the engine. Flash floods escalate so quickly. Glad those people were moving fast enough onto the ledge and out of the way. On the morning of May the 1st, 2025, a truck lost control and crashed into two cars in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. In a bizarre incident in China, a tractor went out of control, veering wildly off its intended path and causing panic among bystanders. On December 25, 2014, in Korea, a dramatic collision between two dump trucks was captured on CCTV, causing sand to scatter across the roadway. And that's why you never sit alongside a foreign truck in their blind spot. On May the 11th of 2014, the driver of the Mercedes moving in front tried to squeeze between two oncoming trucks, but failed and collided with both. On May 7, 2014, a drunk driver crashed into a tree on Papinintsev Street, Russia. The KIA driver violated the rules and began to turn left when the traffic light was red in St. Petersburg, Russia. Some lessons need to be learnt the hard way. A catastrophe occurred when a high-speed train struck a tanker truck loaded with jet fuel, resulting in a massive explosion and fireball that engulfed the surrounding area. The firework unexpectedly malfunctioned, launching into the crowd and causing a sudden eruption of panic as everyone scrambled for cover. Two military helicopters collided into each other in mid-air in Lumut, Malaysia. One helicopter appears to hit the rear rotor of another before both plunged to the ground. The shocking video shows a giant fireball shoot up into the air at a petrol station in Akademgorodok, near Novosibirsk, Russia. Three areca trees and a papaya tree in the garden were damaged by lightning. The dog skipped meals due to mental panic. The pressure from the explosion caused serious damage to the house. Many pieces of debris flew everywhere. In Coahuila, Mexico, a significant railway incident occurred involving a freight train which collided with a trailer that was obstructing the tracks at a crossing point. This is the moment a train hits a trailer stuck in San Nicolas, Mexico on March 13, 2019. There is never a good reason to be speeding like this.
Oh, wow.
Some people are in such a hurry, then come to a complete stop and exit the vehicle. If you can't control your emotions, you shouldn't be allowed out in public. It could be seen traveling through a street of Manchester city centre, but it was not a tornado.
There is a tornado. That's crazy.
A Greensboro police officer was able to run away from his patrol car that was on the train tracks seconds before it was slammed into by an Amtrak train.
But actually, what happened was that the developers of the land still had ownership.
Two oil and gas rigs exploded monstrously and collapsed completely in Russia. I felt that second-hand embarrassment. Dude really played himself. The old woman riding her bicycle suddenly stopped in the middle of the road, forcing the motorcyclist to brake suddenly to avoid a collision. A man riding a donkey at an unexpectedly high speed through a rural path avoided any injury. While working, a group of men in Vietnam quickly ran away when lightning struck a few steps away, with a loud noise and sparks. A fire and explosion happened at a petrol station in the southern Russian region of Dagestan. The fire started at an auto repair shop on the roadside of a highway. He really thought nothing would happen, but that escalated quickly. The crane accidentally struck an underground water source, resulting in a sudden rupture that caused pressurized water to surge upward and splash forcefully onto the surrounding workers. A young man was holding an umbrella and walking out into the yard when suddenly a bolt of lightning struck a steel pole. Be patient, wait for a straight, clearly marked passing zone with full visibility. In Indonesia, the Kertanegara passenger train, while being pulled by its locomotive along a scheduled route, was involved in an accident that resulted in damage to multiple carriages. The explosion caused a loud noise and the spray can flew out of the male employee's hand while he was talking to his colleague. The phone battery suddenly exploded and caught fire while the technician was removing the battery from the device to replace it. Luckily, no one was hurt. Footage of the explosion at the Exxon gas station in Russia on August 8, 2014, a tanker truck designed to transport gas fuel exploded. The aircraft was engaged in a demonstration flight, taking part in an air show at Chernoye Aerodrome, Russia, on September 2, 2017. The airplane descended too low and impacted ground with its left wing and crashed 180 meters further, bursting into flames. On July 24, 2024, a Bombardier operated by Soria Airlines crashed shortly after takeoff from Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu, Nepal. On May the 7th, 2025, a serious incident occurred at a construction site when a crane experienced a catastrophic shear failure in one of its critical load-bearing components. A heavy accumulation of snow on the building's roof, which had gone unnoticed during the prolonged winter storm, caused the weak structure to collapse. A train collides with a bus in Coahuila, Mexico. The bus broke down right on the train tracks. causing passengers and the driver to get off.
Oh, lo bueno, no había nadie, lo bueno. Se descompuso una ya. Oh, lo bueno que no había nadie. Lo que pasa es...
Start recording emergency video. Start recording emergency video.
Sao tôi đi nó lao thẳng vào mình thế?
A man, distracted and unaware of his surroundings, walked briskly toward what he thought was an open entryway, but ended up running headfirst into a spotless glass door. In Veracruz, Mexico, a car attempting to cross the railway tracks was struck by an oncoming train. Powerful gusts swept through the area with such force that they tore the roof completely off a building, sending sheets of metal and debris flying through the air. In the Philippines, a woman was using a hairdryer to dry her pet dogs. Then the hairdryer suddenly exploded. A woman riding a bicycle lost control while navigating a road and crashed directly through the front entrance of a beauty salon. The launch of a Chinese lantern during what was intended to be a peaceful celebration went disastrously wrong when the lantern landed on the roof of the house. In China, a tank truck traveling at high speed loses its braking function while driving a highway, leading to a catastrophic collision. A truck carrying a substantial load of hydrochloric acid overturned while navigating a bend in Civilist Russia. A truck suffered a sudden flat tire while traveling at speed, veered out of control and collided with the guardrail in Taiwan and caused traffic congestion in both directions. In the middle of a heavy rain, a man stood in the middle of the yard, and lightning struck the ground, causing everyone to panic. A building exploded in Washington, D.C. as crews responded to a report of a gas leak. Children in a nearby daycare center were evacuated in time and are safe. Who is to blame here, pedestrian or trucker? Let me know your opinion in the comment below. It occurred on October 27, 2023, northbound Interstate 5 near Griffith Park, Los Angeles, California. There were no injuries. After a night of partying and sending the kids to school, an unlicensed man swipes a whole row of motorcycles. Home surveillance video captured the moment lightning struck a home, causing it to catch on fire in Colville, Texas. Cutting between lanes to get ahead doesn't save much time. Don't do that. This whole video gave me anxiety and relief at the same time. Stop, look and listen at railway crossings, even if you don't see a train immediately. Wow, what a thrill ride just watching. I keep replaying and can't imagine what you felt.
The finish line is here. Don't forget to give us a like button and share your road encounters in the comments. And don't miss the video on the right side of the screen. See you soon.
Welcome to WEWIN News.